This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American, living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Hola, Paula.
Hi, Tom. This is Paula from the Bronx, New York.
Paula and I are very excited for what we're doing. We've talked about this for a couple of months, maybe
At
middle of the
least,
summer,
yes.
and now here we are in October, and this is our first voodoo talk. And Paula's going to give us an introduction to what we're going to do, but our plans is to make this a series. And so right now, this is a technical shakedown. However, in addition to that, it's going to serve as our first voodoo talk. Although we're not going to talk that much about voodoo.
Okay, Tom, I'm going to follow your lead today.
So tell us what you think we're going to do.
Well, in the coming weeks, I want to be able to tell and share my story with the audience about the thing that I'm going through in my life, a true story. It's not a play. It's not fiction. It's nonfiction about my true life and the things that I'm going through spiritually.
So already, in Paula's words, she describes this experience in her life. Now, when Paul and I first met, we met online and conversations and phone calls and texts and a variety of things over probably a month and a half. And we met in person. And Paula had this sense that I would be able to help. And neither of us can precisely articulate why Paula thinks that. However, the one tiny contribution I have been able to describe, and Paula has confirmed, is that I can help differentiate in Paula's story between what is happening spiritually and what is real in the flesh,
in the natural,
traditional human interaction. So this person who is stalking Paula spiritually also has a traditional relationship with Paula in a history that goes all the way back.
Yeah, to childhood.
Far back,
right.
Paula is public about her age, so I would have been more careful if she were not. However, she talks about this woman, and when I listen to her,
and her organization,
and when I listen to Paula, I hear this potpourri mixture of Paula's traditional interaction with this woman and the spiritual reaction, and it's kind of hard to, for me, without any advanced understanding of voodoo, it's hard for me to understand which is which. And I think it's important. I'm going to look for Paula's reaction on this. I sort of think Paula thinks it's unimportant.
Well, as far as a relationship with this woman, from what she's telling me, because I hear her constantly 24/7, she could not have a relationship with me and do this particular voodoo. She could not. It's like she could not interact with me, and she cut off ties in my early womanhood, because it wouldn't work with her being in and out. I don't know if you could understand that.
So in a voodoo guidebook,
right,
if you're, learning how to do this, you're on the island of Haiti, it would say you got to choose.
Right, exactly, exactly.
And I joke about the voodoo guidebook, Paula. In truth, you know that is practice of voodoo, not just how he's interacting with you, but it's actually an MO of voodoo.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
Oh, then cancel that. So Paula's experience is that it gets a little complicated, a little tangled to have a spiritual voodoo relationship with someone while overlaying with it.
Right.
Okay.
You know, even when her mother passed, she couldn't have me at the funeral. I couldn't come to the funeral and her be doing this type of degradation, this type of voodoo. I couldn't, you know, it's not, we can't be in the same place at the same time. But, you know, what she's telling me now. You know, if it's a lie, I don't know. But that has been my my experience with her, you know, looking back over the years, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our first one, and I'm going to make one more point. I'm going to go back to Paula. Let's see if she has additional words, and then we'll say how they do these.
Okay.
So my experience with voodoo until meeting Paula is a pop entertainment version. So that includes Taylor Swift, Blank Space. They do this thing with an apple in a video. And from my childhood, the children's program, Gilligan's Island, used to mess with voodoo, and they had dolls, and the professor and Marianne were constantly quivering with pain because someone else was manipulating them. So what I have learned from Paula in voodoo, and Paula's experience of voodoo, it's not a one-to-one thing. So let's go back to Taylor Swift and Gilligan's Island. When Taylor smashes this apple, then her guy is feeling the pain. So it's one-to-one. Taylor is doing something. Her man, the target of her anger, is experiencing something, and then Taylor stops and it stops. Gilligan's Island was kind of the same thing.
Okay.
That's the pop version. In reality, this woman has it on cruise control. She's got Paula experiencing negative effects through the spiritual power, yet that woman doesn't have to sit there and poke pins and do an apple. She has essentially planted a seed. And so it's much worse than Taylor Swift and Gilligan's Island. And I'm going to let Paula comment, and then we'll wrap up.
Well, yes, I would think that it would be. She's a self-proclaimed queen bee. She says all she has to do is think about it. There are no dolls, and there's, you know, from what I understand, in her home, she does have an altar where she does her work. I don't know. She doesn't stand there all day and do it. But I don't know about time and place. But from what she's saying to me, because she's like yakety yak, she does have an altar with a woman in a chair, and she says her people try to move her away from it, but she's always going back to it. So it's not like she's standing there doing things, but she's always going back. But I must tell you that I do feel her constantly 24/7, either in my groin, or my breasts, my head, scalp. It's always something, and the talking is incessant. So no, it's not a Gilligan Island flow.
It's not Taylor Swift.
No, it's not.
No, the element and we're going to extend this a little bit. The idea in Taylor Swift,
Mm-hmm.
with this angry woman, that is part of this. This is an angry woman.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you can have voodoo without an angry woman. All right. So,
very extremely disappointed.
my first thought, you have anything else?
No.
All right. So, my first thought, I am very proud to be a low-minded guy, and I try to be resourceful. I use a computer, but it's Google Chrome, it's not expensive. But I want to tell you a little out of character. We are in the Sandra. What's the man's name?
Which man?
Levy.
Yes, Levy. Yeah.
Levy is her last name.
Right. Shelby.
Shelby. Sandra and Levy Shelby. I thought Levy was the family name. Shelby is the family name. And they have donated a boatload of money. And we are in a recording studio. So I'm going to try to show Paula, point to the microphone. So that is, if I'm going to get my friend Janae to view this video, and I'm going to tell her that it's of quality. Paul and I are just trying to get a conversation, but this room is capability that goes to high quality recording that would be suitable for a singing voice.
Right.
More than we need today. Paula is talking on a built-in mic on that laptop, and I've got this mic here. So we're low-tech input. High-tech and hi-fi is here. Anything else, Paula?
Nope, that's about it for today, Tom. Well, we look forward to coming back and talking some more.
This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Duty into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Rest of the night, please.
And you do the same.
No, Paula, you gotta say ciao.
Oh, ciao.